the dish to the corner. Williams, the Lynx need that one, and she delivers.
Miles does a fantastic job of getting so deep into the paint. Attracted 3 defenders, so the shooter was open.
It's interesting because Cheryl Reeves said Miles wants to adjust to some coverages she's never seen before, so there's going to be a bit of a learning curve in this game.
It's also the length, too, as well for the Aces. You already got Chelsea Gray guarding her, but Asia switching on a screen, it's tough to guard.
Will Lloyd checks into the game. Here's Smith with 2 on the shot clock. Smith whirling, twirling, and going up and in.
She is by far playing her best basketball of her career right now.
The Aces are 31-9 since they traded for her at the midway point last season. Lloyd the steal. Young galloping down the floor. Hesitation dribble, kicks it out. Don't leave her open. Gray for 3. Her first miss, but who else? It's Smith there to clean it up.
Those kind of plays may be a little frustrating for the Lynx. You give up an open Chelsea Gray shot, but also don't defensive rebound.
Williams, her 3rd bucket of the game. She's got 7 already.
She knows she can get to that anytime.
He set a career-high 17 points per game, and Minnesota with the best field goal percentage ever through the first 12 games. Oh, a little magic. The razzle-dazzle continues. Smith down low. Can't finish it, though. Here's Miles. Coming off the delayed screen from Howard, goes right at Wilson. The rookie can't finish. Wilson cleans it up. McBride checking Young, and now Wilson trying to get open against Howard. Wilson, the strong drive. Coffey comes over, and that's going to be the 2nd foul on Coffey. Free throws coming for Asia Wilson.
And I love the catch and rip there from Wilson. Howard was almost fronting her a little bit out of position, just a step. So the catch and rip to get a straight line attack and then look to finish through contact.
Asia Wilson recently became the fastest player in WNBA history to reach 6,000 points. She adds another one there. Let's take a look at tonight's Indeed player resume. And it's Jackie Young. She was drafted #1 overall back in 2019 out of Notre Dame. The 3rd player in franchise history to eclipse 3,500 points. 3-time WNBA champion. And what's interesting about the Aces is they were a little slow out the gate this season. But recently, they have really played much better with Jackie Young. Going in double figures over the last 6 games. They're 5-1.
And it's also her assist to me, Jordan. I mean, she does such a good job of setting the table for others, especially even Chelsea Gray when she's off the ball.
Kazu into the game for Minnesota. Miles fading away. The jumper. Howard trying to follow it up, and that'll bounce out of bounds.
Feels like there's only been maybe 1 or 2 possessions in which the Lynx have looked like everything is clicking in rhythm offensively. Ace is doing a good job at being disruptive.
Hooray, the dish to Wilson, she puts it in. Wilson now with 6 points, and the lead is 13 for Las Vegas. Miles, the drive, the kick, McBride. Inside to Howard, Howard up and over, no. Delaire, pass intercepted. It was Lloyd from the backside.
She gave it too late. They needed to give it to Howard earlier on the run.
Carter, step back, long 2, threads another jumper. Aces shooting over 60% from the field against the #1 defensive rated team, and a foul down low on Parker Tyus. She was wrestling with Howard.
Yeah, Howard is so active. She does a great job of
in playoffs and WNBA history. Becky Hammon, of course, 3 titles in her first 4 seasons. Cheryl Reeves said you really can't take away everything with this Las Vegas team. They force you to make decisions, and Becky Hammon had tremendous respect for Minnesota's pick and roll action.
I mean, just the way that Olivia Miles has been operating off the ball screen, it feels like no team within the first 12 games has been able to stop her from either finding an assist or scoring the basketball. And that was a lot of the focus and shoot around for the Aces, was just pick and roll defense. How are they looking to stop her and stifle her?
Delaire trying to stay on Gray. Oh, she lost her. What a pass. Parker Tyus to the cup. Woo!
Chelsea Gray, so unfair. So unfair.
10 seconds left. Williams eyeing the shot clock. Caught in midair. Delaire, 3 to shoot. Howard, the flip shot to beat the horn. She gets it in, 1.7 remaining. Potential heave here for the Aces, and Carter will hold it in the backcourt, but an 11-point lead for the Las Vegas Aces. They put up 32 points in the first quarter as well, too. We're just getting started. Side, Olakosu, Antonia Delaire. And then how about Tierra McGowan, who they brought in recently? They've talked about fitting this roster with the key pieces they need. And Miles blows right by the defense to the cup.
Yeah, because she needed one of those looks. I mean, she generates, it feels like 4 or 5 of those a game. Layups off of pick and roll action, especially going right.
Her first 2 points of the game, she was scoreless in the first quarter. Smith inside, looking for positioning, gets to the left shoulder, flips it in, the touch.
A simple and decisive move from Alyssa Smith.
And for more on Olivia Miles, let's check back in with Tiffany Blackman after that beautiful assist that nearly went in.
Yeah, she almost had it there. Well, I talked to her before the game about how she can establish her presence tonight. She told me staying aggressive, reading coverages, and making quick decisions. She said not everything is going to go away all the time, but she can't get discouraged and trust that her teammates are going to open things up for her.
Oh, Young almost had them mystified. Lloyd comes in for a big-time rebound amongst the trees. Parker Tyus, the drive, she's checked. Aces whip it around. 5 to shoot. Parker Tyus, baseline fadeaway. Whoa! Tough shot for Parker Tyus.
Love to see that from Cheyenne.
She's got 6 points off the bench already. Miles, step back. She's starting to find her groove and picks up the foul.
And she loves that step back, especially when she's going right, able to find just a little pocket of space. See here off the screen, Carter's deep into the paint and fades away on it as well. And you got to remember, Miles is a 5'10" point guard, so she's got a bit more size on most of the average point guards that we see in the league.
She's currently on a 6-game streak of 15 points, 5 assists at minimum. She's already at 5 points, as we said, after being a little quiet in the first 10 minutes. Carter defended by Miles. Parker Tyus will tee one up. Oh, she connects! 9 points for her!
Oh, I love this push off the bench from Cheyenne Parker Tyus. You talk about the front court depth of this team with Asia Wilson, Alyssa Smith, but Parker Tyus showing us why you need to worry about her as well.
The Aces 5 of 9 from 3. Miles hounded by 2 defenders. Difficult 3, long rebound. It's a foot race, tapped alive. Oh, look at Carter! Comes streaking in, but can't save it as she spills to the floor.
Hustle from Carter, trying to get out in transition here. Kosu tips it to McBride, and Carter just comes out of nowhere. Not giving up on the play.
She got a huge standing ovation from the crowd just for that hustle and sacrifice to try and save it.
Listen, this crowd is accustomed to having players off the bench in this franchise that make a difference, that come in and are almost starters that could, players off the bench that could be starting, excuse me, and so they know how important Carter's success is.
Shot clock is at 14. You see Miles trying to hurry the rest of the team down the floor. She quickly gets into the offensive set. Miles with 3 defenders around her, ripped away by Smith. Smith trying to step through, strong take, picks up the foul. Wasn't a whole lot that Kosu could do there.
Well, and the defensive adjustment that I'm seeing right now from the Aces with Miles is just showing her a little bit more pressure, a little bit more of taking away those gaps. And Kosu tried to make a play on the ball, but Smith just stronger getting to the rack.
Smith with 8 points, 4 rebounds, 2 of those offensive rebounds. No good on the first. Time now for Connecting Changes Everything, brought to you by AT&T. And let's take a look at some of our notable players in this game tonight that went to Notre Dame and were guards at Notre Dame.
Guard you is what we call Notre Dame, a.k.a. point guard you, guard you. I mean, so many prolific guards. Like you mentioned, those that I unfortunately had to play against in college and being in the ACC, having to guard a Jackie Young or Enrique Gumbawale was not fun, but a big shout out to Muffy McGraw and Niele Ivey. They have made some of the best players in our game in the guard position.
McBride, the drive. She felt she got hit. No whistle. She is irate. And Young will bring it back down. Carter sets her feet. 4-3, too strong. Rebound, Miles. Back come the Lynx. Miles, 4-on-2, the dish. Saved by Coffey before it goes out of bounds. Delaire will set her feet and knocks down the three. Much needed for Minnesota.
She's a 40% three-point shooter, and I love getting those trail threes as a shooter because the defense forgets about you and you can step into it in rhythm.
Big shot for the bench for Minnesota. Trims the lead to 11. Carter going ISO. Carter elevating. Popcorn's out. Delaire will initiate the offense. Miles, the screen from Howard. Parker Tyus switched onto her. Miles will dish it off. Coffey can't connect on the three. Parker Tyus rips it down.
I don't love that shot. I thought there could have been more ball or player movement in that possession to exploit the mismatch.
I thought Miles was going to try and go one-on-one, to your point. Parker Tyus, and that's a foul on Howard as Parker Tyus continues to be aggressive.
She has been such a good push off the bench. Watch here, the drive left, looking to attack Howard, definitely gets her on the body. Oh, what good minutes from the Aces bench. Talk about teams winning championships and what you need in order to do that. And yes, it helps to have the best player in the world, but you also need reinforcements off the bench.
Well, how well they're sharing the ball also, Ice. 11 assists, and that's what you have to do against a great defense that shows weak side help. Especially
when it's the Lynx defense that sometimes overhelps because you know they want to protect the paint. So making the extra pass is going to reward you with an open shot.
Wilson thought about it. Shot clock winding down, elevates over Howard. Talbot flies in for the offensive rebound. What an effort. Young gets the screen from Wilson, dumps it off. Her mid-range jumper, oh, silky smooth, and another dime for the Aces.
Those two connect so well together, and Wilson on that short roll to knock down that jumper. It's such a high clip.
5 offensive rebounds for 11 second chance points for the Aces. Coffey trying to get it inside to Howard. It's Miles. Shot clock dwindling down. Miles has to hoist it up. Oh, she is so good.
I think she's settled in. Courtney Williams said the team needed to settle into the game in the first quarter. It felt like Miles has settled in more in this second quarter.
8 points for Miles here in the second quarter. Wilson spinning, pump faking, looking for a safety valve. Gray comes over. Gray ushered to the baseline. Inside to Wilson. What a find and what a finish.
See, A'ja Wilson is so hard to guard because when she gives the basketball up, she's actually more dangerous on her repost action, which is how she caught Howard slipping.
5 assists for Chelsea Gray already. Wilson with 10 points. Williams can't connect. Wilson now with her 4th rebound. We are just seeing a masterclass in half-court offense from the Las Vegas Aces here in the first half.
Oh,
Wilson spinning, and that pass a little off target in a collision, and Wilson a little shaken up as she gets back into the action. It's Miles racing ahead of everybody, bothered by Smith. Coffey pulls down the board. McBride for 3. It's good.
Nia Coffey, huge utility player. And A'ja Wilson seems a little bit shaken up after that last play.
So A'ja Wilson will head to the bench after taking the collision. 5 for her and continues her unprecedented career. Wilson looking for the DHO. It's going to be Young that steps back out. McBride checking her, 10 on the shot clock. Young and Wilson. Wilson will pirouette out of it. Young, and that's going to be defensive 3 in the key. Coffey was brewing too long.
It's a mental mistake. So focused on watching the ball, being ready to be in help. Coffey just needed to get that foot outside of the lane.
So Gray, who's been scoreless in the second quarter after 4 threes in the first quarter, gets her first points here in the second.
Yeah, but that's how the Aces get you, right? Because someone else can start off hot and knock down shots. You make an adjustment to guard Chelsea Gray a little bit better. And then Jackie Young starts to get into her assist mode a bit, and Alyssa Smith chips in. It's just so hard to guard. Mention Cheyenne Parker-Tyus, who came off the bench and was a huge push.
Young, the pitter-patter dribble, whips it to the corner. Gray, another three. Oh! Continues to light it up. 5 threes in the first half for Chelsea Gray.
It's looking like she can break her record from last game. That's what it's looking like.
Brianna Turner checks into the game, keeps the deflection alive. Here's Gray. Talbot back to Gray. Aces will settle down here. Wilson wants to try and catch it in the high post. She'll pivot, sets the screen. And now it's Wilson with Howard still being physical with her. Wilson, low block, a flurry of fakes and some finesse off the window.
Natasha Howard, such an active defender, wants to block the shot, so she bit on the shot fake, and Wilson, just smarter, gets the layup.
The physicality from Wilson just to get the positioning. Williams flying through the air, too strong, and that's going to be knocked out of bounds by the Aces. Minnesota ball on the baseline with 14 to shoot.
I'd love to see if Minnesota can generate more looks for Kayla McBride. She's really that three-point presence that can help to stretch the floor and open up more of the driving lanes for everyone else. But a turnover for the Lynx.
Another steal from the Aces. Countless deflections. And Wilson rips through. There's going to be a foul on Howard. And right now, A'ja Wilson just imposing her will on this game.
That's both sides of the basketball. But that's what she's going to do. She's going to challenge you. And she knows, too, in guarding Natasha Howard, that she's got a bit of a size advantage over her as well. So you mentioned that physicality. She wants to be the aggressor.
It's the second foul on Howard. 10 to shoot now for Las Vegas as Gray will work against Miles. Gray. Rhythm bounce. Can't connect on the bank shot. Up ahead, it's Howard streaking down the floor. Wilson called for the foul, and one opportunity for Howard. For Olivia Miles, who's been really careful with the basketball. She averages about 3.6 turnovers per game. She has 4 already in the first half, Ice.
They're just putting length on her. They're closing the lanes and forcing her to pass through hands, through branches, through size. It's been an adjustment for her early.
And the Aces on the other side, as a travel is called, that is just their 3rd turnover. You saw the graphic, 14 assists to 3 turnovers versus Minnesota, just 5 assists to 6 turnovers. And it's Minnesota that's typically the most efficient offensive team in the W. 12-point lead for Las Vegas. McBride, quick rise. My goodness, she is quick with that shot.
She needs more looks, and I love the quick little twist action where it's no dribble, just off the pitch behind the 3. Like you mentioned, quick trigger.
Number 6 all-time in made threes in W history. Lloyd, fundamental jumper, can't get it. Wilson, what a rebound. Takes it right back to the cup. Miles defended by Wilson. Miles goes right to the chest, whips it out, pass was off target. Williams back down low to Howard. Howard, the size advantage, capitalizes on that.
She can finish with either hand. That time chooses to go over the right shoulder and finish with the left.
Howard, 13 points, 4 of 6 from the field.
Also guarding A'ja Wilson defensively. I mean, she is working hard.
Her endurance has been very impressive. Gray, no good on the 3. Wilson sheds Howard, throwing bodies left and right. Young thought about the 3 for a moment. Wilson back down low. Ball deflected by Coffey. Young, her 3, and it rattles home. Ice, from our vantage point, the tenacity and physicality of Las Vegas, it is hard to put into words at this moment.
And it's on the defensive side of the basketball. This is where they are trying to play physical, get in the mud, but Natasha Howard says, come on, come on. Back-to-back buckets in the paint, deep positioning. 2 feet, almost in the restricted area. At this point, Jewel Lloyd is already beat, and she does the rest by turning and finishing. Just finished with the left on the last play. This time goes right. A seasoned vet in our league.
There's a lot of boxing that takes place in this city. It feels like each end of the floor is a round and a heavyweight fight for Howard. and she is taking it to everybody. She has been dynamite to start this game. 16 points now for her. Under a minute left here in the first half. Matchup between the top two teams in the W. Aces have won 5 straight. Lynx have won 8 straight, undefeated on the road. Wilson from outside, too strong. Miles the rebound. Miles wants to step on the gas. McBride flanking her, and Miles will retrieve the dribble. Miles, hesitation dribble. She is cat-like quick as she skates to the rim.
She set that up from the beginning. Didn't see a clear advantage for her team, brought it out, and then decided to challenge Wilson to stick up with her laterally.
Wilson takes a shot. That'll be the 3rd foul on Howard. And it comes with 28 seconds left in the first half.
Look at this confidence from a rookie point guard. Pulls it out in transition. Doesn't see anything, and a lot of physicality inside. We know Howard already has to, probably not trying to pick up the 3rd at this point in the game.
And Coffey will replace Howard. Well, coming up on the Deloitte Halftime Report, Jenny Dell, Renee Montgomery, Lisa Leslie, and Madeline Kenny are standing by in our New York studio to bring you their insights on our first half and catch you up on all the latest news in the WNBA. It's all coming up on the Deloitte Halftime Report. Where does the action come here for the Aces if they want their best look?
The extra pass, making the extra pass and expecting the help.
How about McBride, the quick hand? Smith stays with it, floats it in.
I feel like I clearly see an improvement in her touch this season.
8 seconds left. Miles checked by Lloyd. Miles in and out, one of the best handles in the league. Gonna go ISO. The 3 before the horn. Oh, you are seeing it. Front row and center. One of the great all-time rookie performances. Makes a 6-point game a reality for Minnesota. They trailed by as many as 15 just minutes ago, Ice.
But what a push for them in the second quarter. They tightened up what they were looking to do offensively, generate
The top 2 offenses in the W, but they also pride themselves defensively.
And it's 6 turnovers, but 4 of those belong to Miles because of the different coverages she's seeing. I don't think she's going to turn the ball over the same way in the second half.
It's also the most points allowed by Minnesota in any half this season. We mentioned the Lynx, number 2 offensive rated team, number 1 defensive rated team. They've won 6 of the last 7 against the Aces. 7 to shoot. Wilson to Young. Flips it over. Smith streaking towards the cup. Easy lay.
That's the ball movement. Young knowing that she can get a defender to collapse and catch Smith on the move.
Miles stops on a dime. Dumps it off to Coffey. McBride. And Howard will set screens for Miles. She's now got Asia defending her. Miles, shot clock at 3. To the corner, back to Miles. She's got to put it up. Long 3. And the rebound secured by Young.
I don't love half-court possessions where Kayla McBride doesn't get a touch. They have to respect her from 3.
Young, the delayed crossover, takes it to the rim and put 1 more on it.
Oh, Jackie Young, nifty off the bounce, a little gotcha moment. And then the floater and touch through contact. What a tough bucket from Young. And we know this Aces team is a different team when Jackie Young is doing things like this, filling up the stat sheet with assists, rebounds, and scoring the basketball.
Yeah, some tip to the bill, and the lead is back to 11 for Las Vegas. To your point, you want to see McBride get a few more touches on the perimeter. She has been excellent shooting the 3 ball so far in this game. Miles checked by Talbot. 7 to shoot. Howard gets it over to McBride, but the shot clock is winding down. Coffey for 3. She hits. What a shot for her.
It's a big bucket. You saw reversal in that possession, ball going from one side of the floor to the other, forcing the Aces to rotate, and Coffey making them pay for leaving her open.
Cheryl Reeve loved bringing in Coffey into this lineup because she's able to stretch the floor, and such a compliment to Howard as well, too.
She felt like she was going to be supplemental to Nafisa Collier, but then she's really been starting this season and carved out time for herself as an important role.
Olivia Miles just picked up her 2nd personal. Quick one there. Still plenty of time left in this game. Cheryl Reeve now encouraging this defense. They want to clean some things up. They take a lot of pride on that side of the floor, as Tiffany Blackman said. But it's hard. As she said, you've got to make a decision against a team as deep and talented. Young leaning in, no foul. Gets her offensive rebound. Wilson for 3. It's good! second chance points for the Las Vegas Aces.
A battle on the boards.
McBride, the drive, the flip shot, no good. Rebound, Wilson. And Tiffany, you got more for us.
Jackie Young's been dishing it out. When we talked to Coach Hammond about it, she said that she's a heck of a passer, and that's an overlooked part of her game, but they feel like they've always got good ball security when Jackie has it, guys.
And how about the defensive security of Asia Wilson? Challenging the lane from Howard. They're thinking review, and Becky Hammond will challenge this. We'll take another look. That might be Las Vegas ball, as I believe Howard was the last one to touch that. We'll get the decision from Vegas.
She doesn't actually pick up a foul, but it should have been called. They can't go back and call it on her, so it's an unsuccessful challenge, and Minnesota maintains the basketball.
So because it was a foul, you can't rule possession out of bounds in favor of Las Vegas. Now, does Asia Wilson get notched with a personal foul?
No. It calls a clause, yes.
11-point lead for Las Vegas. McBride nearly lost the catch. Talbot was bothering her. McBride, Howard slips the screen. McBride in the paint, pivots. Howard amongst three defenders. She is just automatic there.
Oh, that's so tough. Nice left-hand finish.
The assists starting to rack up for Minnesota at one point. They only have 4 assists in this game. They're now sitting at 10. The lob up top. Wilson's guys with the catch. She falls to the floor. Young contested 3. No good. Williams the rebound. Body spilling everywhere. McBride up ahead. Looks for the 3. She fires. Too strong. Wilson corrals it.
I don't mind that possession, though. Courtney Williams, you can tell as soon as she gets the defensive rebound, she is looking to push in transition.
Wilson now with 17 points, 7 rebounds. Here's Gray, has those 5 threes on the night. Hesitation dribble, the mid-range jumper, a thing of beauty.
She's driving, and she uses that hesitation so well, just to freeze McBride for a second so she can get open.
The double ball screen for Miles, flips it back to Coffey. Here comes Williams, gets another ball screen of her own. McBride flares out. Great action, can't connect on the 3. And how about Howard fighting for the rebound? McBride again, and then a foul down low. Natasha Howard bringing the lumber there on that possession.
You mentioned how lopsided offensive rebounding and second chance points were in favor of the Aces for this game. So Natasha Howard working on not accepting the box out, forcing the Aces to get her off the glass.
So the foul was on Nalissa Smith as Kayla McBride will head to the free throw line. And you love those consecutive looks she got. Such a terrific three-point shooter that puts a huge threat on the Vegas defense.
Yeah, K-Mac is not going to miss too many open, but look at Howard here, just getting around, trying to get around Wilson, and the foul was called.
Tomorrow, 1 Eastern, CBS Sports presents one of the most unique team events on the LPGA Tour, as one squad will take home the title in Midland at the LPGA Down Championship. That's tomorrow right here on CBS and streaming on Paramount+. Bride hits the 3rd free throw, 8-point lead for Las Vegas. Minnesota undefeated on the road this season at 5-0. Wilson operating, steps through Howard, clean block, loose ball, gets back into the hands of the Aces, poked away from behind from McBride. McBride will slow it down and wait for her teammates to come, and then that's going to be a foul on Young, and things starting to get a little chippy here.
And you feel like the Lynx have picked up their defensive intensity to start this quarter, and then have been using that to get out and transition a bit more. Really want to put the Aces on their heels in transition.
Aces had 57 points in the first half, just 10 so far in the 3rd quarter. McBride wide open, can't capitalize though. Howard rips it away, falls into the photographers. And we'll see what the ruling here. Believe it's going to be Minnesota ball. Yep, that went off Young. So a heads-up play from Howard, 12 to shoot for the Lynx. Williams, who's been somewhat quiet here in the second half. Williams, mid-range jumper, right on cue. Laces another J.
I believe that's the 3rd one she's hit with Asia Wilson closing out on her.
4 of the 5 starters in double figures for the Lynx. Young, her 3, it's short. Smith trying to battle for it. Howard catches it before it cascades out of bounds.
She is on every rebound right now.
Her endurance is so admirable as Miles loses the handle. Thought there's some contact, but play will go on. Gray, the crossover. Can't get the lay-in. Howard another board. The pace is frenetic. Williams, pump fake. McBride back to Miles. Miles, change of direction. Escorts it to the rim. Timeout Las Vegas. And the Lynx have trimmed it to just a 4-point game.
They are cooking right now. Defensively, getting stops and rebounding. Offensively, getting to the rack and getting high percentage looks. It's the rookie, Olivia Miles, slicing and dicing through the lane. We got a full-pump. She hit a little midi jump shot as well.
You mentioned Minnesota is really bowed up defensively here in the second half. That's another foul on Miles. That'll be her 3rd personal. And she's trying to say that she was held by Asia Wilson.
I see the level of frustration.
It's a bad move.
Yeah, it definitely is. A good job on Miles for advocating for herself. You might get the next one called in your favor.
Bullet pass inside. Young, the catch and connection. Gray now 18 points, 6 assists. Young up to 8 points to go with her 6 dimes. Williams gets a beautiful screen from Coffey. Williams, the long 2, no good. Wilson crashes in for the board. Lloyd dumps it off to Wilson. Wilson working against Coffey. Double team comes. McBride read it like a free safety. Up ahead. Williams gets behind the secondary. What a finish off the window.
That is textbook defense to offense. McBride reads the backside so well. And then a nice easy pass in transition for 2.
Williams checking Gray. Her screen's coming for Young. She eschews it. And now Parker Tice was at the ball screen. Young, ISO against McBride. The hezzy. Oh, what a move! Dropped it in!
Oh, that's nasty work from Jackie Young. Had something to say about it after 2.
Miles draws 2 defenders momentarily into the paint. Fade away. The rookie can't connect. Chasing it. Kosu, offensive rebound. What a find. Williams, a heartbreaker at the rim.
He's going to want that one back.
Gray in transition, lets it fly. Oh, you got it!
Cannot forget about Chelsea Gray.
It's been black and white. She has been exceptional from beyond and then wraps up Miles. 2 free throws coming.
Aces are cooking offensively, gang. The shot fake got her, the step through, the touch from Jackie Young. That is just filthy. And then Chelsea Gray in transition. The defense is late. I don't know how they could be at this point in the game. How are you not locating Chelsea Gray in transition on the 3-point line? My goodness, she's not missing.
Just high-level basketball on both sides. What a treat. We all get to watch these 2 teams operate right now. Miles, the rookie, 16 points to go along with just 1 assist. But she has done it offensively. She was scoreless in the first quarter. Asia Wilson will head to the bench. And Miles now up to 17 points. The Aces still leading by 7 with 2:42 left here in the 3rd quarter.
And that was a really important push for them, those back-to-back buckets. It felt like the Lynx could possibly have taken the lead, and they just had a nice response.
Parker ties the pump fake, continues to attack. What a block on the other end. Carter can't get the baseline jumper, and a strong defensive stand from the Lynx. That was Coffey that just came in and erased it.
No sugar.
Miles dumps it down low. And coming in, Liatu King getting her first run of the game, able to save the possession. Miles lost her footing, falls to the floor. King back out to Miles, shot clock at 4. Miles with Gray on her. Miles tries to beat the clock, it's no good. The teacher locks up the understudy.
That kind of possession is needed for the Aces, just to know that you can stifle this offense that's been clicking. Miles didn't really have any options, tried to go around the world, and it was close. I was closer than I thought it was. Look, watching live.
Carter flips it over to Young. Parker Tice will set the screen. Young with McBride on her. Eyes the shot clock. Pulls it out. Looking for a screen here. It's Gray. 4 on the shot clock. Gray, step back 3. Just misses. Rebound to King as Miles will bring it down.
I was going to walk out if she made it.
You still got a quarter. I need you. Don't leave me on an island here. Howard pump fake. Oh, my gosh. Professional grade.
Oh, that is chess, not checkers. Deep in the paint. Uses the shot fake.
Young fakes the 3. Slices to the rim.
How about the screen inside from Parker Tice? Not allowed the help defense to get close to Young on the layup.
Still a 7-point lead, just over 1 minute left here in the third quarter. Miles, pair of screens, tries to whip a pass to King. Wasn't able to connect on that one. Turnover, Las Vegas ball. Well, let's look at the upcoming WNBA national TV schedule. On Monday, a doubleheader, Las Vegas at Dallas at 8 Eastern on USA. Then Los Angeles at Golden State at 10 Eastern on Peacock and NBCSN. Then Tuesday, Toronto at Indiana at 7 Eastern on USA. For more of these games, please go to WNBA.com or visit the WNBA app. Young tries to go past McBride again. McBride's going to get caught with the reach. So McBride will pick up her second personal.
Jackie Young is just so shifty off the bounce. She's kind of got that hesitation where she might pull up, she might look to continue to drive, she might look to pass. And I've seen it twice now, just in this quarter alone, that she's gotten McBride to bite a little bit and then taking advantage of that.
That's a tough foul from Minnesota because now you send Young to the free throw line because they're in the bonus are the Aces. So Young now, 7 straight games in double figures. She's at 14 points, 5 of 10 from the field, 7 assists as she continues to notch a career high in assists per game.
I thought it was incredible that Cheryl Reed highlighted the scheme on Jackie Young as the main defensive focal point for today.
McBride curling and casting, can't find the connection. Aces trying to race it up the floor. 9-second differential between shot and game clock. A turnover. Here come the Lynx. McBride. Float game is strong.
Love that fearless take from McBride while the defense is not set is the best time to attack and get to the rack.
7-point lead. Aces can hold for the final shot. Both these teams playing high-level offense and trying to lock up high-caliber offensive players on the other end. 8 seconds left. Young, the drive, flips it over. Parker Tice, Gray. Time is running out. Tries to throw the pass. Parker Tice to beat the horn. It's short. So we'll go to the fourth quarter. A 7-point lead for Las Vegas as they try to hang on against the Minnesota Lynx that have won 8 straight games. That's the end of the third quarter with the score 78-71. You're watching the WNBA offensively. Where do you see the holes that the Aces need to plug on their defense going into this fourth quarter?
It continues to just be pick and roll defense. I don't necessarily know if I'm seeing holes, but it's the consistency at which they can defend the pick and roll, knowing that the Lynx are so good at picking apart defenses.
Kirsten Bell fresh into the game for the Aces. The turnover. Howard sprints to the other end for the land, trims the lead to 5.
It is very rare at this level of basketball that a cross-court pass is successful.
Howard now with 3 straight games of 20-plus points. She's sitting on 20 right now. Young will reset, gets it back to Wilson. Howard defending. Caldwell comes to help. Aces whip it around. Lloyd for 3. Oh, clip that. Offensive clinic tape.
And that started with A'ja Wilson. The attention that she demands, commanding the double and then being unselfish.
Lead is back to 8 after the triple for Lloyd. King, the drive against Young, the 1-2 step. That's going to be a foul against Young as Liatu King will head to the free throw line.
And King on the rip initiates the contact with Young, who just wraps her up, knowing she was maybe a little out of position.
We talked about the bench scoring in this game. 16 bench points for the Aces. Just 3 for the Lynx. King trying to add to that. First free throw's good. Well, the wait is almost over as the Big Three is back on CBS, and they're taking the City of Angels by storm. The summer's hottest 3-on-3 hoop series. The Big Three tips off next Saturday at 4 Eastern, right here on CBS and streaming on Paramount+. What would be your specialty, 3-on-3?
Shooting. Spotting up.
I do not have any business shooting. I'll just get rebounds free the whole time, Ice.
Oh, we'd be a good team then.
It works out perfectly.
Tip to dish out and assist.
And speaking of a good team, it's Young Deloitte for the connection again. Williams. Caldwell, the drive, the long two. Careens off the backboard. King is there to scoop it up. Talbot defending Williams. Talbot gets the branches out wide. Wilson switches onto her. Williams, no good. Ball bouncing everywhere. Another offensive rebound for the Lynx. It's Howard. Finds Gold at the rim. Can't get it though. Loose ball again. It's King that finally finishes it.
That is 4 offensive rebounds in 1 possession for the Lynx. Tell you what, Lynx great. And assistant coach Lindsey Whalen fired up on that play.
A possession to remember if this comes down to the wire late in the 4th. Young curling. Oh, Wilson set a ferocious screen. Caldwell melted to the floor. And Asia Wilson's father and Mark Davis standing up. Can't believe the call.
And this was a mean screen. She's going to hand it off here. I don't know about that one, guys. It was a hard screen, no doubt, but I thought she was set.
Felt like one of those calls that was in response to how the defensive player responded, even though it looks like a clean screen.
Yeah, I mean, the point here is the focus is to give the defender time and space to react. Maybe her left foot stepped last second, a little too close. But we know that's an emphasis on what refs are calling in the W this season. Offensive fouls on screens.
Aces do not have a challenge remaining. Williams out to King. The 3, no good. And Wilson now almost secured the double-double with the rebound, and then a foul on the open floor against Howard. And that's her 4th personal.
Howard trying to go for the loose ball. Young does exactly what she's supposed to do. Secure the basketball and then use your body to protect it. Draws the contact. And tell you what here, Cheryl Reeve electing to go with a few players off the bench to start the 4th quarter, maybe resting some starters.
We saw Miles and McBride play heavy minutes in that 3rd quarter. You know you want them to go the distance when they get back into this one. 6 to shoot. Gray intercepted by Howard and nearly lost it in transition. Picks up the dribble again, and that will be a double dribble. About 14,000 people in this building ready to blow a whistle.
Felt like she almost got away with it here. But no one touches the basketball. This is absolutely a double dribble.
It's a tough one because you get the stop. You're ready to race down the floor.
And those are valuable possessions.
Lloyd catch and shoot from deep range. No good. King. Terrific defensive rebound there.
And I don't love that shot from Jewel Lloyd. I mean, the ball didn't get reversal. It wasn't really an open shot. I think they could work to get something better.
Williams the catch. She's left wide open for 3. No good. Smith pulls it down. And now Smith pulling her left shoulder as she trots down the floor. Wilson mismatch. King gets in front and a foul, and the bench explodes for Minnesota in disbelief.
And King was fighting for her life in the paint, trying to front Wilson. Thought she got the deflection, but I think you got to keep your eye on her inside hand. See that left hand? It's holding Wilson and then yanking down. Good call by the referees. I tell you what, though, if I had to front Asia Wilson in the post, too, I would be hooking, holding, and fighting for my life.
For help.
Praying.
So Miles and McBride will check back into this one. Williams will go to the bench, so part of the 2nd unit still on the floor for the Lynx. Gray, her 3, in and out. Miles the rebound. Miles with those 17 points. Picks up the dribble. McBride inside to Howard. That's going to be a foul on Lloyd. And how about the Lynx hunting the mismatch?
And how quickly they did it. Miles didn't have the angle to get it into her, but McBride from the top of the key, able to see it. Look at this angle of the pass. And I mean, you can see Howard working so hard to seal and catch with one arm. Draws the contact.
Nice. It's hard to articulate how difficult it is for Howard to fight for positioning all game long. The strength and physicality and stamina it takes. McBride, contested three in the eye of Wilson, misses everything. Here's Gray hustling it down the floor. Wilson, the post-up. What a delivery from Gray. The patience from Wilson. Ball screen. It's going to be Smith that defends her, and Miles punishes her.
That was a switch, right? But that time Smith is dropping back so much because she doesn't want Miles to attack the basket, and Miles, like the smart point guard, pulls up in the midi.
You want to see the big step up immediately sometimes rather than be a little bit retreating. And then a foul on Delaire. So 5:30 left in this game. We've mentioned Minnesota undefeated on the road this season, 5-0 out the gate. The Aces have played just 4 home games this year. They're 2-2 on the season in this building. Wilson wants it in the high post. Howard forces her into the deep end. Here comes the trap on the backside. Wilson elevates, and a foul as she's coming back down to earth. That goes against Howard. That is her 5th personal with 5:19 still left in this game.
Wilson just the best in the game at drawing fouls, especially on the pull-up here. Going left, little separation, and Howard definitely hits her on the arm on the shot. And that was a clear-out ISO look, just for Asia to go left to her strong side and go and get a bucket.
First free throw, no good for Wilson. And what's impressive is that Las Vegas, they've only missed 2 free throws in this game. The Lynx have been perfect from the foul line, 14 of 14 as Wilson splits a pair. And how about this, Ice? There is no substitute that came into this game, so you've got Howard out there with 5 fouls at this moment.
I mean, I don't think they have the front court depth right now on the roster to afford to not have her on the floor.
Lloyd trying to front the post. King caught in midair, and that's going to be a foul against Smith. Crowd can't believe it. A cascade of boos come raining down here in Vegas as the foul is whistled against the Aces.
On Smith here, catches it at the nail, goes to shot fake. The hand in the cookie jar.
Not even dip time. King misses the free throw. Some might say ball don't lie. 8-point lead for Las Vegas. The volume has been amplified in here. The crowd in a tizzy. No good. A joyous roar comes out of Michelob Ultra Arena. Inside, it's Smith. That catch puts it in for 2.
Oh, how about the dime from Joel Lloyd?
McBride quickly down the other end, and now the Lynx have to start stringing together some buckets and stops. They trail by 10. Miles, they're looking for the mismatch to Howard. It's slow to develop. 8 on the shot clock.
Miles has to attack. She has to play in attack mode. They aren't going to win if she's playing passive.
McBride challenges last year's Defensive Player of the Year, gets the bucket and the foul. What a take for her.
Known to be a shooter from the outside here, but the crossover just gets Asia to shift a bit, and then scoring through contact on the body. Good take from
Nice, I'm sorry. That is so tough.
So
Off the
tough.
bounce
Good
with
take
the left
from
hand.
K-Mac.
Right by Wilson. It is unbelievable, the shot making we've seen in this game. There's a reason why these 2 teams have essentially been the class of the WNBA since 2011.
You talk about seasoned vets who have been exceptional throughout their career and consistent. Natasha Howard and Kayla McBride. My goodness.
Well, McBride was originally drafted by San Antonio, and the Las Vegas Aces were the San Antonio Stars. She's played for both teams, has never won a title with either team, has missed those opportunities. She's hungry for one. No-look dime from Gray will fall out of bounds. So 4:15 left and a 7-point lead for the Aces.
Chelsea Gray sees it here, just a bit off, but also that's Natasha Howard on the help, getting her hand kind of in the passing lane, doesn't allow Smith to get a clean catch.
Starters back in the game for the Lynx. Howard with those 5 fouls still remains. Miles, you want to see her attack. She draws 2 defenders, kicks it over. Coffee, back to Miles. The lob inside. Howard the catch. Quickly double teamed. Howard inside to Williams. She has to fade away. Tough shot for her.
I'm sorry. How did Courtney Williams just shoot a fadeaway in front of A'ja Wilson?
Just ridiculous here. It's now a 5-point game. Young trying to use the ball screen. The bounce pass kicked by Howard. That'll reset the shot clock.
Yeah, something that Cheryl Reeve told us she thought her team did exceptionally well with defensively versus Dallas in their dominant win was ball pressure and defense at the point of attack. I think look for the ball pressure to go up for the Lynx, so it's not as easy for Chelsea Gray to make these lovely passes inside.
To your point, Miles closing all the airspace against Gray. Gray has to pick up her dribble. Talbot comes out, gets it back to Gray. Gray gets into the paint. It's short. Wilson can't secure the ball. It was poked away. Lynx can trim it to a 1-possession game here. Williams draws 2. Howard rolling. Oh, that was batted down by the Aces. Here's Wilson rolling down the floor. Goes by McBride. Can't finish. Coffee comes in for the board and clears out some space. Wilson will knock it out of bounds. That'll be Lynx ball. Is this now Olivia Miles? You want to see her be more aggressive here.
Yeah, I mean, the way in which the Lynx generate high percentage shots is by Miles putting pressure on the rim. I'd like to see her get to the paint.
McBride, oh my goodness, what a 3 from her. 2-point ball game.
And Becky Hammond told us that the after timeout execution of Cheryl Reeve is so good. And we saw it there. What a beautiful drawn-up play.
McBride, 19 points, 3 made threes. How about this execution from the Lynx?
Well, going to McBride, you see Tasha Howard sets the screen. Talbot trailing just enough for the quickest trigger in the league to get her shot off.
We have a development, though. Natasha Howard has picked up her 6th foul and will exit this game. She has played in 32 minutes so far tonight, and her evening is done. A sterling 22.9 rebound performance. But now the Lynx are missing their most physical player and their best finisher down low with 2:36 left in this one.
Now that changes everything. Changes everything. If you're the Aces, you're going to continue to attack the paint, probably post up Smith or Wilson and let them go to work. You're forcing Coffee and Kosu to be good defenders.
Let's take a look at tonight's game reset delivered by Instacart. And one thing to keep in mind is the Aces no longer have their challenge in this game. Minnesota still has it. 3 timeouts for the Lynx, 2 timeouts for the Aces. 4-point lead now for Las Vegas, trying to snap the 8-game win streak of Minnesota. Miles, the drive, cradles it and drops it in.
Get downhill. Come on, rookie. They have a hard time stopping her when she's going right and going strong.
She's got 19 points. We're back to a 2-point game. Gray. It's Wilson looking to get open. She'll set the ball screen. Gets muddled up for a moment. Gray, pitter-patter dribble. Her shot off target. The Lynx get tired. Take the lead here.
What an interesting decision for Becky Hammond to go with 4 guards right now and Wilson on the floor rather than keeping Smith in and making sure there's an extra big.
Blocked by Wilson, and she retains it. Huge defensive play for her.
I'd give it to A'ja inside and go ISO.
A'ja on the high post, hands it back off to Young. She resets the ball screen. A'ja rolling. Young can't connect to her. 5 to shoot. Flares a pass to Wilson. The MVP rises up. 2-possession lead for Las Vegas. And Cheryl Reeve furious. She felt it was 3 in the key. She calls a timeout. It's a reset timeout, and so that'll advance the ball. The teams can't huddle. They've got to hustle back on the floor. And so Minnesota will move the ball forward. 1:24 left in this game.
Yeah, this is what you go to when you don't have a true center on the floor guarding the best player in the world. Give it to her at the elbow and allow her to operate. Does not need a dribble. It's the face-up game, the jab, and then the elevation over the defense. Yeah, keep basketball sometimes, especially you got A'ja Wilson on the floor.
It's the most points allowed by the Lynx in a game this year. The previous was 91, and their season opener against Atlanta when they discussed that their defense wasn't fully together. And now it's going to be Williams to inbound. Where do the Lynx look to go here?
I would either say Miles getting downhill or keep an eye on McBride from three and Courtney Williams knocking down outside shots.
Miles, the catch. Wilson defending. Miles trying to go baseline, flips it in, finds the angle. She's sensational.
Oh, fearless and taking on the defensive player of the year, and A'ja Wilson.
Young trying to shed Williams. Young gets the handoff from Wilson. Young picks up the dribble. Gray comes over. 6 on the shot clock. Lloyd in the corner for 3. No good. Rebound McBride. Under a minute left.
Set up the offense. Run the pick and roll action.
Miles the drive. Miles by Wilson. She ties it up and picks up the foul. We are witnessing something special.
Come on. It's the fearlessness. It's the throw, the hesitation, the left-handed finish, and the contact. This is a rookie doing this thing for the first time. Taking over late game.
It's our first tie of the game. Cool, calm, collected. The rookie helps Minnesota take a 1-point lead. 48 seconds left. Aces ball when we come back. Doubles, they get the pass into Wilson. Coffey defending, Talbot over. Lloyd for 3 in the lead. Sent to the floor. It's a foul. Free throws coming. They got McBride.
Wow. On the ball movement, McBride flies out. Oh.
Minnesota has their challenge. They have initiated it. And here comes the biggest review of the game.
Well, and the question is whether contact was made to the hand, the shooting hand.
Time out Minnesota to challenge the foul call.
Of Jewel Lloyd, because she definitely closed out and flew by where she allowed Lloyd to land cleanly. So the first thing we're looking at is she was allowed to land cleanly. Yes. The second is the contact to the right hand, the shooting arm of Jewel Lloyd. If there was contact made, then that's going to be an easy call.
I think there's contact made.
You think so?
I think there's contact made.
Enough on the wrist.
See the wrist move to the right.
Yep, on the wrist. And maybe on the follow through as well.
That previous
because it's not that high five action in contact. It's a little bit more.
Yep. That previous angle we had, you can see the wrist turn for Lloyd. Big call coming up here, and
huge.
They go inside to Wilson. The double team comes to her. They whip it around. It's Lloyd on the weak side, and she takes the open 3 with no hesitation.
I don't mind that shot at all by Lloyd.
After review, there's significant contact by McBride after the release. Therefore, the challenge has been deemed unsuccessful. Call on the floor stands as a defensive foul. Game clock will be set to 44.3 at the time of the illegal contact. Minnesota will be charged their timeout, and they'll lose their ability to challenge further. Thank you.
Lloyd, a 3-time WNBA champion, 2-time Olympic gold medalist, 6-time All-Star. Hits the first, and we're tied up at 94 apiece. Now, obviously, what Minnesota does depends on if Lloyd can hit one of these next 2 free throws. She does. So with the Lynx trailing, you keep the ball in the hands of Miles, and it seems like the bigger question for the Aces is how do you slow her down?
Do you go? Do you double? Do you blitz? Might look to blitz just to get the ball out of her hands. But great job by Jewel Lloyd to be calm, cool, and collected.
3 clutch free throws, 2-point lead for Las Vegas, 20-second differential between shot and game clock. It's Lloyd on Miles. Miles gets it back. Lloyd trying to stick with her.
I think this is the matchup he wants. I don't even know if she needs a screen.
Talbot switches onto her. Miles nearly loses the handle. A 3 for the lead. Oh, my goodness! Ice in her veins. 1-point lead for Minnesota.
This is no ordinary rookie.
This is no ordinary player ice.
Come on. Make something happen out of nothing. Loses the basketball, steps back with confidence. The guard from Jersey. Lethal.
Aces, are you looking for Wilson here?
Yes, you can expect the double.
Shot clock turned off. Wilson, quick drive to the left. Bothered, and a foul comes in. And the Lynx throw their hands up in the air. They're out of challenges. So Wilson will go to the free throw line with 20.5 seconds remaining.
The double came. Asia turns the corner. Watch King enter the screen. Yes, certainly contact on the arm. Certainly contact. Comes down.
Asia Wilson stringing together another 20-plus point, 10-plus point double-double. Ties it up at 97 apiece with the second free throw coming. One-point lead for the Aces. Timeout, Minnesota. 20.5 remaining. I think it's clear what the Lynx are going to do offensively with Miles. The question has to go back to Las Vegas. How do you stop Olivia Miles?
Yeah, the plan earlier in this game for Becky Hammon was to switch the ball screen and to just put size on her to cover the mismatch. But Miles, whether it's been Wilson guarding her or other guards, has found ways to get to the basket. And then if not, like we just saw, able to just shoot with confidence, knock down shots. I mean, also look at the last few possessions for them. She is the one that's taking the shots.
Let me ask you this, if you're Minnesota, you've seen how well Las Vegas can get to the free throw line and score. When do you take this shot if you're the Lynx? Do you look for the knockout punch with time expiring, or do you try to get the shot up and leave yourself some time in case you miss it to foul on the other end?
Yeah, I'm always in favor of shooting for about 4 to 6 seconds left. So in case you miss, you have a chance to get an offensive rebound. I hate going earlier than 8 seconds. But this is how we got here. Olivia Miles just attacking the hip of Wilson, getting downhill, and then knocking down the three. No play drawn up, just found some space and knocked it down. She's got 12 points, guys, in the fourth quarter of this one on the road.
It's her most career points in any quarter in her young and what will be an illustrious career at this pace. But now it comes down to this possession. They are hanging on to an 8-game winning streak, 5-0 on the road. They trail by 1, 20.5 seconds remaining for the Aces. Talbot, Lloyd, Young, Gray, and Wilson. McBride, Williams, Miles, King, and Coffey in the game. Coffey to inbound. Coffey gets it over to Williams. Young defending, 15 seconds left. Miles gets the handoff. 10 seconds remaining. Young defending her. Miles shaking Young. Step back three. No good. Rebound to Gray. 3 seconds left and a foul. You can't fault the courage of Miles. And credit the Aces for limiting it to 1 shot.
And I'm going to tell you what the adjustment was. For Jackie Young to guard her. Notice there's no ball screen here. Jackie Young, a terrific perimeter defender. Sticks with Miles on the between the legs. Closes out on the contest. That is perfect defense.
Now keep in mind as Gray hits the free throw, Minnesota, regardless of what happens on these free throws, will have a chance to tie this game even if she hits this next one. Minnesota out of timeouts. And if you're Las Vegas, do you foul if you're up 3 here?
I think you can.
Remaining.
It's not on the shot.
King to Miles. Miles up ahead. Williams. She'll get a clean look for